Welcome back, everybody, to another F1 24 Driver Career Mode episode. That one's going to take some getting used to. Not the extremely long name, the F1 23 My Team Career Mode. Today heading off to Bahrain for our first race in F1. But before we do that, I have realized we need to change some of the settings here. In terms of the race weekend career settings, there we go. Driver moves on, R&D. We want standard fault frequencies and types. That's not the one I was looking for, though. Let's see here. What am I looking for? I'm looking for weather and time of day. Nope. Where am I looking? Not finding it yet. I need. See here. Still in the same settings there. Where are we at here? Well, I sure hope I can change that at some point. So otherwise I'm screwed. I may have to restart the career if that's the case. We'll jump into things like we're planning on. Otherwise, we may have to restart this, in which case I'd skip over the F2 stuff and just jump into things. Going to go to the grid reveal and see what we can do there. Well, not see what we can do there, but go to the grid reveal here. Alright, so with that underway, let's take a look here at the messages, season objectives. Let's see here. We should be able to move towards the middle of the pack over the course of this year. Good to know. Let's advance some more time here. Ocon is getting more weekly resources than we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at the R&D side of things. Ocon is focusing on the aero side of things, as well as he's already worked on the chassis some, so I'm going to agree with him. Let's work on the front downforce. That's going to use up all my points. I'm sure Ocon has many more, but for now, let's see here. Let's advance to the race weekend. Hopefully now I switch any settings here. I don't see any extra ones, so hopefully once I get into the race I can change some of those settings. So let's go to race weekend here. I don't think there's any different practice programs or anything, but we will take a look at some of those as we've got a little cutscene here. Again, that's something that added to the game, is some more cutscenes. So as we jump in here, can't do it there. Let's jump in. And now can we do anything? Doesn't appear. Oh, no. That's all what we've been looking at. Same thing there. Here we go. So we're going to the full session length. Oh, no, we want a, we're going to go a medium session length. That's about right. Right? That's what we have been running. We've been running short. Let's go medium. And qualifying is going to be full here as well. And that's going to unlock some of those settings that we couldn't access before. Again, we have this message bay, tutorials, weekend preview, that's pretty much the same. Some new developments, weather forecast, looking pretty clear. And let me change these settings here a second. Career settings, that's not what I want. I want the rules and flags. So again, like I said, going to increase safety car and red flags. I'm not going to do formation lap, but that is all set up nicely there. Let's do practice, see where we end up here. We can also click through here. This is where we can see our specialists and stuff. Our recognition within the team, R&D, and the overall car. Let's head to the session.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back. So much unknown before we get underway. So what will be going through the drivers' minds as they get ready for the new season?
The faster you can work around the circuit conditions and get the car tailored to your liking, the better, and then you can just focus on the job in hand in terms of lap times. But first of all, you've got to get the car feeling right.
So not only do we have those little intro scenes for the race, but also for these extra sessions as well.
Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go.
Alrighty, so gotta go through the garage tutorial. Free practice sessions, we got practice programs. We get us resource points, like can we spend on upgrades, yada yada yada. We know all this stuff from before. Looks like the same sort of practice sessions, or practice programs rather, and same sort of menus through here. A little bit of redesign. We are going to jump in here and see what we can do. We'll take you along with for this, as I get a feeling for the car.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
As it's going to be very interesting with the new ERS system, as well as with the medium traction control. Let's take a look here. First of all, I want to, let me jump into the settings here a second. There's something I want to see. Alright, let's try it here. I'm trying to get keybind set up so I can just
we need a few solid
hit
laps here to help
buttons
us calculate a
on
good race strategy.
the wheel to allow me to change those ERS settings. Seem to be working here. Let's go in the hot lap now. It's going to be one more thing to have to worry about. Oh boy. Yeah, we're not going to medium settings there on the traction control yet. I can't do that quite yet. I want to get a feel for how the game is going to play out before we go and make that adjustment. I did go. We may be able to go higher on the AI difficulty there.
Okay,
then
give us some good,
we'll have to
consistent
see
laps,
there.
please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race
Going
strategy.
with none on the ERS here for now. Bump it up here. So we go down the straight. Down to none. Up to medium. Up to overtake. Down to hot lap. We're going to be playing with these different modes to see what sort of time we can make up with it, and seeing how it affects our lap. May need to look at getting an actual F1 wheel here. It's a lot to try to do all at once, because it there's a lot to try to manage. I'm having to switch between high and low buttons on the wheel, which is not helping me. And I'm missing shifts and stuff. So I may need to take a look at some of that. Maybe time to look at an actual F1 wheel. Since we are going to be playing the game enough. But we'll see here. Need to focus on setting a good lap here. Just going to keep it on that medium deploy for now. Can also bump it down into none during these corners to help it harvest more. But then I've got to remember to bump it back up coming out of the corners. So if I could figure out some better keybinds, it'd probably allow me a better way to manage it. So we're up to hot lap there. Go green once again. I guess there's also the quick button to be able to easily go up into overtake mode, it would appear. So that's very nice. See here, we're down bad here in terms of our goal time right now. I'm not sure why exactly that is. Using up a lot of battery here. Maybe I'm focusing on the battery too much here this lap, but lost some time there for sure. Yeah, not going to make our time here. So we failed the time there. Means I'm going to need to put in 2 good laps from here on out. Stick that in medium for now. I get the feeling medium is just kind of the best spot to keep it for general use. Of an overall good lab is going to allow us to harvest into the braking zones, but it's also going to deploy coming out of the corner some. So it's kind of an automatic deploy without being an automatic deploy in a way. And also bump up to the overtake there if we need to. So I do enjoy the kind of layout of the ERS, and this way I can, if I choose to, kind of use the overtake button here as I see fit, but I don't have to control it all the time. I can, before we had the overtake button, but besides that, that was the only way to deploy any of the battery. Whereas now we can just rely on the overall medium deploy to kind of sort that out, but then allows us to use that overtake mode as we want it. At least that's what it appears to do. Yes, it does. So let me focus on a good lap here. I overdrove that corner. Going to need some overtake here. Just good boost there. Very nice. Yeah, so it's a lot nicer of a system for the player to use for sure. Get some extra boost down the straightaway. Okay, turn that off as we're nearly out of battery now. And I can also, if I really want to save some, when I know I'm almost out of battery, that's when the none setting will come in handy. Because we can make sure we harvest extra and not be any worry of running out. Deploying here towards the end of the lap is we just went red on the Delta, unfortunately.
Head on back to the garage and we'll start going over the data.
Ran just a little bit wide, that cost me. But the tire wear looks really good there. So may need to bump up some difficulty if we're going to keep the traction control off. Let's do some track acclimatization. We'll get the purple in quick practice. I'm not that worried about running around here. In general.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely
yep, let's just
as
keep
possible.
that on medium.
Best of luck out there.
Try climatization. See where we can put ourselves in terms of this. Should be looking at a very good time, or a very good score here. But with it being
DRS zone coming up, get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
new handling system. We'll have to see here. That medium actually really does not push the car all that much. It would not appear in terms of the ERS. So, oh, we still caught a green there. That's fortunate for me. Using some DRS or ERS there. And moving well here still though. Yeah, so it's just going to be about timing when I want to use that overtake button. So we still have that, but like I said, it's a lot nicer system because now I can have the computer do most of the work, yet still be able to use that ERS when I want to, when I need it most. So got all except the one development boost there. Let's go to tire management. I will eventually
Important for your tires. Cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much. Not to mention recharging the battery.
So yeah, I'd like to eventually move the traction control down to off, but it's going to take me some practice laps to be able to do that. So but with that being said, taking care of the tires is going to be extremely important with this game, with all the improvements that they've made. A little bit of ERS here. And tires are looking good. It appears I can push them even harder and still be fine. So it's going to be, we're going to have to find that limit in terms of where we're at. So at first we were really struggling to keep a negative delta there, keeping in the green, but our tire wear was steadily rising, so that kind of tells me these things can take a little bit of a beating. We can push them harder. So also tells me that we may be ready for that traction control on medium. I just need to be able to not spin out whenever I get off the corner. I have a particularly hard time doing that at this track, so
we got some excellent data with that run.
Didn't get all the goals.
Back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Maybe should have pulled up my tire temp menu there, take a look at it. I guess I got most of them. Let's just advance through the rest of this. We'll jump into a quick practice and then jump into the race here. Moving right on through.
What an incredible practice session that was.
Let's advance here. And moving on to the next session. still able to go to a quick practice. Now, my one question is whether going to a quick practice versus a full practice session is going to impact my driver ratings. If it does, that makes it, I'll have to see if I notice any difference. If it makes a difference, it's really tempting to try to run these or try to get these objectives completed within the actual practice programs if I can. Now if I can't, then obviously going to a practice session, I don't think it's going to make that big of a deal, but we'll have to see, like we were looking at with the F2 races, if it adds any impact to how our rating is affected. So let's end the session here, and then we'll move into qualifying. I'm guessing we're going to get a rating update right here. Get resource points. Not as many as we're used to with Run My Team, but it makes sense that we only get about 300 there. Tells me how many laps completed. Okay, that'll make sense. Yep. So let's. I like that it breaks it down some more as well. Teammate rivalry is not affected, it does not appear, and our rating, our experience goes up with running in the practice session. I want to see, okay, it's somewhat dependent on the practice programs that we complete as well as the laps completed. So I don't think I completed I don't think I personally drove 19 laps. There's no way. So it must be tied into those quick practices as well. So let's move into qualifying, and then we will head off to the race.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
New cutscene there as well. Let's take a look. I think this is all going to stay pretty much the same. Looks like it does. Let's exit. Head out to the track. See what sort of time we can lay down here for qualifying. Not expecting to be towards the front of the grid by any means. If we are towards the front of the grid, definitely need to bump up the difficulty. Because with this Alpine, we should be towards the back of the grid. And we're saving. And we actually may have done that wrong. It was already in hot lap mode, so we'll see if we've used too much of it here early. I thought we were going to be in medium, but appears not. So we'll know from the future. Let's actually go down to medium here for a little bit, where it's not going to matter as much. And now we'll switch back to that hot lap mode. Ocon currently has the fastest lap of the race, or not of the race, of the session. We're actually able to keep it in third gear there. Very interesting there. Let's see here. Not sure where we're going to end up at all. We haven't really been paying attention to where our times end up with everyone else. We haven't made a lap, so that's why we dropped to P11. I overdrove that corner a little bit, but with that snappy front end, appears that able to put in a good lap. Currently sitting in 10th, about 3/10 off of Ocon. But I'm guessing there's 3/10 just in that last little corner there, so I'll have to see there. Where is he beating us the most? Beating us the most in Sector 1. So maybe able to play with some ERS releases there, going up to like a going up in the overtake mode, possibly. We're currently last on the grid. I don't really expect to make it out of Q1, but we'll see. I mean, we do have one of the worst cars on the grid. Really, in real life, we have the worst car on the grid. Let's go. Actually, let's check the tires. That's one thing that they have drastically changed in this game, is the tire wear model for sure. Because one lap gives us 10% wear, and it's 4/10 that you are off by going with a new set of softs versus the used. So making sure we make that change, and we'll try to do a little bit better here, not have to fiddle with the ERS so much at the beginning of the run. Hopefully that should save us some time, and we're able to run a little bit faster. Let's go here. Alright, up some time, now down some, as we were in overtake mode some there on that front straightaway last time, if you do remember.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
Yes, I'm aware. I feel like I'm able to transition from the brake to the throttle just a whole lot easier now than I was in F123. I'm really able to
2 laps of fuel remaining now.
yeah, I'm able to get to the throttle a lot sooner because the car is able to just take it. Granted, some of that's the traction control, the added grip. We're going up into the overtake mode now for that straightaway. But overall, there's just a lot more grip, and the car is more willing to take a beating, I guess. So running wide there. I don't know if that's a me thing or if it's a car thing, but going to be able to gain some massive time down the straightaway, I think, as we were definitely up some. I didn't pay attention to how much, but we definitely had a better lap there. Let's look at the session. We're up into 18th. That should be ahead of our teammate, is it not? Oh, Ocon's a phenomenal lap. So not being him, that's about the best I can do, really. He absolutely creamed us in the first sector, again in the second sector, and again in the third sector, so he is just overall a lot faster. But he may have some parts that we don't. That's always a possibility. Let's keep going here. I honestly expect to be in last for the race start, but we'll see. I wonder if this impacts our if it impacts our rank. I think it does, so let's advance here. Obviously we didn't make it into the next session. So there we see we are quite sad there. Ocon has beat us out in terms of qualifying, and our pace goes down a little bit. I think that's just due to just because we were down 4 more spots than we were expected to place in qualifying. So let's advance here, and now we will head off to the race, our first F1 race in F1 24. We got some pre-race antics, and let's head off to the race.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best, of course, at turn 1, and then another soon after into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into that tight left-hander of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Joe, Bottas, Stroll, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Ocon, Sainz, Sargent, Benjamin, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Now, it's a new season, plenty of new opportunities, but I think I'm going to start with a question we may have asked last year as well. Can anyone stop Max Verstappen?
That's what they're hoping for. And that's what we're hoping for as well in some ways, because we don't want to see just one driver or one team running away with it this season like we had last year or even the years gone by in this sport. Can we get to see a 2-way or even a 3- or 4-way fight throughout this race today? Fingers crossed we'll get that.
We're at the back, but give it 100% and we can still come away with a decent result. I believe in you. Come on.
So as we head into the race here, race strategy introduction, we know all that. Looking like it wants to run the soft to hard. It's actually, can we toggle this to personalized? Yeah, let's run. We'll run the soft mediums. I like that. It looks like they're going to fall off a cliff, but we'll run that. See what we can do here. It is a different button for me to have to press in terms of the start, but it's alright. Ocon had a little icon there, and we have taken some side pod damage, and I got a massive penalty.
Red flag. We'll update you in the pits. Everyone's okay.
We got the red flag. That may have been my fault.
For a safety car right now.
And we've got a first red flag already.
Nice advantage here. Let's have a think about how we handle the rest of this race.
Yes. Let's take a look here. Oh, we can try. I don't like it, but we're going to try it. going with that strategy. We're going to advance here. I don't.
Let's make the best of this restart. Let's go.
We've got 10-second penalty. Not ideal there. Going to use some ERS. There are other cars who have gone away much better than we have. Ocon just kind of parked it in front of their.
You need to give that place back. I'm afraid that was an illegal overtake.
I didn't think it was, but okay. So not the best start to this career mode already. We've got a 10-second penalty, which is going to be hard to overcome. Ocon is in front of us. Though he got kind of fortunate with us having to give that place back to Sargent for some reason. The underbody has taken damage. Let's try to get a run on Sargent here. I thought I used some overtake, but apparently I did not. Now we're using some of that overtake, trying to catch up with Sargent. Now we're using. Yep, we're using it. We're using it. Don't you worry. Okay, back out of it here. Let's use some more here. And I think everyone else is going with another stop here. Oh, that's going to get me in trouble. Wow, it didn't actually get me in that much trouble. Very surprising there. I've been diving it down way too far into some of these corners.
Okay, mate, that's Esteban behind you. They're faster than you, mate. They're faster than you. Right, your teammates drop back a bit, so forget about them for now and focus on your own race. Head down.
Okay, I'm not sure what exactly went on there, but it postponed the objective, which is quite interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. And Sargent behind us. He's got the DRS here. Let's use some overtake to be able to compete with them. That's going to be one thing I'm going to keep in mind, is that we can now use ERS to help defend against any DRS. Let's use some here. And we're going to drop it down to none here. Hopefully. I didn't see it change, is the only thing. I suppose we'll see here. Use some here. So we're going to be under fire from some cars here, including Ocon. We got into his wheel there just a little bit. We're gonna have DRS here, but we've got very little battery at the moment to use, so just gonna have to bide our time.
Esteban ahead. Right, let's go. Let's try and get past. Push, push.
Our goal is to overtake Ocon by lap 9, or before lap 9. So we've got 3 laps left to do that. Let's. I missed a shift there. I'm trying to switch modes here so I can try to keep up. I'm going to use some battery here, try to catch up. I need to not lose the back of Ocon here, so I'm going to have to use a lot of battery. But it doesn't set me up well for later on the road. Was trying to make an overtake on him as well. And we don't even have the DRS either. That's going to really hurt me. My only hope is that he's got a good little fight going on here with Sargent. Hopefully Sargent can hold him up a little bit in order to be able to complete this little objective. And also hopefully maybe we could get a pit stop out of him. That would also help me. He has gone past Sargent, which is not good news for me at all. Let's do some ERS here. I'm not going to be able to get past them unless he pits. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get past him now. And how did I not get some DRS there? I'm not sure, but Sargent is sticking right with Ocon at the moment. Let's deploy some ERS here, trying to be able to get within that DRS range, but it doesn't appear that's going to happen this time around. Still got a little bit of time. Catch back up with them. It's going to be difficult here. Sargent's making a move on Ocon. It's good. I need them to keep battling if I'm going to have a chance at overtaking Ocon. Using some DRS or ERS here as well, as Ocon has gone past Sargent again, but I was able to make up some time there, which is going to help me. Oh, come on. Using some ERS as well as the DRS here. Hopefully it should help me stick with these guys, especially if I can stay in the slipstream of Sargent. That's going to help me out as well. Using some overtake here, as we have a signs behind us. Not sure how that's happened, but apparently it has. We don't have ERS to play with here, unfortunately, and that's a massive run by Signs. He's got the ERS apparently.
Make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
But he could get involved in this little battle up here, and that could also help me. As Sargent is through, Signs is going to go through. We've got to defend against that Haas. Ocon somehow made that outside work there. I'm not sure how that happened, but allows us to get past Sargent there, as we were in overtake mode that entire time, which I did not realize, and that's going to hurt me through here. So we're not going to have much battery to deploy, unfortunately. And I'm not going to have an opportunity to get past Ocon again unless Signs forces a move out of him. Going into this corner and kind of opens up the door here. He's going to the outside. Ocon handles it well.
I'm afraid we didn't quite meet our target.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry about it. Get your head down and chin up, and let's focus on
Sargent
the
gets
rest of this race.
back past us. Oh, that was my wing. As I took a dive. Yes, I know. Yeah, I may get in trouble for that one. We're going to need to repair the wing more than likely, and the pits.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Okay,
Some minor damage.
2.1 seconds.
I took a lot of damage there. Okay. Though I'm afraid I may have given Ocon even more damage than we gave ourselves. But I must say it's easier to manage this ERS with kind of a gap, not really having to defend too hard. So we do still have Sergeant on our tail, but we are able to defend at the moment. Going to need to use some here, defend against that DRS. Going very defensive here. Down into first. Still got Sergeant to that. Let's see here. We've got 2 cars who are inside. That's that wing affecting us. Just kind of defending. There's no way that they can take these softs all the way to the end, so that's what I'm banking on, is being able to form a gap to these guys when they go to pit, and hopefully then I can get that gap that we need to kind of pay off our 10-second penalty, which we deserve in all fairness. But let's see here. Ocon had a massive run there. Went up into overtake for that. Going to use some more here. We are going to have DRS here as well. It's going to help me.
Here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 9.8 seconds.
Ocon's in the pits.
Esteban's in for his stop now.
So here's where we see if we can really make up some time. Form enough of a gap to make all this worth it. So we get back past Sergeant. Very nice there with the ERS. And if you've noticed, I'm on none when it comes to that normal ERS setting. That's allowing me to harvest some more and have more for these straightaways where I need it the most. And we'll have to see here. I'm interested to see as well. We're going to use some here. That's a bad corner for us. Okay, that should suffice. I want to take a look. Use some more.
Stroll is stopping now.
We've got cars going into the pits. The left front is taking quite the beating here.
So we're leading our teammate by
Joe and
21.9
Sonoda appear to have some amazing speed in those cars, both in the RB as well as the Kick Saber. And we're going to have a line of cars behind us, and we'll have to see how well we can hang on. Everyone is on the hards, they're just on newer hard tires. Probably should use some ERS there.
Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place.
So we're dragging around some debris there. And yeah, it's going to be whether or not we can hang on to enough of a lead over our teammate in order to still place higher than him with this penalty that we have tacked on to us. I'll also have some DRS there, that's going to help me. Yeah, for now. Not with that penalty added on. Albon has the fastest lap. No DRS here, we're using up plenty of the ERS. I overdrove that corner, need to use some ERS here. Stay relevant. And man, this has produced some great racing in this the first real episode. We already had one episode, but this episode has provided some great racing. Just gonna go around the outside, use some ERS to help us get the move done. And overall, the tire temperatures are looking really good. Probably going to lose a position here. Maybe not. Oh, we're going to be really bad spot in terms of ERS here. Not going to have much to defend with. Some ERS used there. Just trying to defend. And this is not working out very well for me. We're currently sitting at 11 seconds back to Ocon. I don't think that's going to stay wide enough of a time for me to realistically be able to finish in front of him in all reality. Though it's going to help that we have DRS here, but we are just running so slowly right now that I wouldn't be surprised if we end up in dead last, especially with that penalty. Now, if it weren't for the penalty, I'd say we're in a great spot right now. But some carelessness at the beginning of the race is going to cost me. Actually, Ocon may be able to drive up here and give me a piece of his mind by the end of the race without the penalty tagged on. So we'll have to see how that plays out. So I'm I'm trying to use the ERS wisely, but I don't think it's really going to matter because those hards are going to be a lot faster than mine. He's got more experience than I do as well. It's also going to help him. Hulkenberg has made his way up to me. He was 5 seconds back. I'll have to see how far back everyone else is here. I may pit here, put on some sauce, try to go for like fastest lap or whatnot. I'm assuming that would help with the pace factor.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
Okay, we're going to use some overtake, I suppose, here. Now the other thing is the fact that it's going to cost us some positions, but I don't think it's really going to impact us all that much anyways. Considering the fact that we've got the 10-second penalty. I'm just a little worried about what it's going to do to our focus finishing in last place, which I'm assuming which would happen if we pit, because I don't think there's anyone out of the race at the moment. Got plenty of ERS here to use down the straight, but Ocon's already caught us. There's not going to be any fighting him off. We might as well just let him through. Down the front straightaway, really. So that's when he's going to have caught us by then. Use some ERS here. Yeah, he's completely caught us. Not even going to use any ERS here. Just let Magnussen as well just fly by. There we go. And I can't even keep up with them with the ERS.
Front wing damage, we've got to look after it now. Please protect the front wing. Come on.
Alright, we can probably do that. In fact, I'll probably have it fixed. I didn't think I touched Magnussen there, but maybe I did. Yeah, it does not appear. Yeah, everyone's still in the race. So that means we're going to do something right here. Box a slap.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Thank you. I should probably look at the strategy with that. Use up some ERS. Yeah, everyone was going to get past me anyways. Well, that wasn't very nice.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
We're going to be going to new softs. And oh, we can actually serve a penalty, it looks like. Get the turn on here. And yes, we are serving that penalty first.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
And we got rid of that penalty. The only thing is we're, I don't even know how many
Up to
seconds
speed
behind.
now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
So let's see here. Actually, we're going to save all the ERS and we're going to use it on the next lap. We're going to have a full thing of ERS and we're going to put it on a hot lap, try to get that fastest lap from Ricardo. There we go. Yep, so just confirming that's going to work. It is. And it kind of throws me off that it doesn't pop that little menu up. But at the same time, it's kind of nice. I just need to keep track of where I'm at within the cycle of it. So tire temps look good at the moment. We are good to go here. Going in for a hot lap here with the ERS. We'll see what sort of lap we can put in. Sector 1. Only thing is that with doing the this lap, it does not give us another chance to go for it, but that was going to happen anyways. So see what we can do here. Bogged down there just a little bit. In that corner. Two greens there. Just about out of ERS deployment for this lap. That's that green bar. The yellow is the amount of ERS we still have. It is not the fastest lap. Actually, we may have enough here to try go for another lap. Oh, Leclerc was not that far behind us. He wins here in Bahrain. And I suppose we'll see on this lap if we can get the fastest lap.
Okay, gap ahead, 32.3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm aware. And yeah, we'll see. Actually, we're slow in sector 1. We're gonna use some overtake here, get a better jump out of here. It's gonna use up a lot of battery, but hopefully it helped us in terms of their sector 2, make up some of that time, or not. That works too. And not how I would have liked the first race to have gone, but kind of should have expected it with how
for another spectacular Grand Prix here in
just with how I usually race tends to bite me, but Leclerc gets the first win of the
Here
season,
come our winners now, a thrilling race.
and we'll see what our podium is
It's been an
here.
absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action.
Leclerc,
I can't wait to see
Perez,
what's next.
Verstappen, Sainz, Piastri, Russell, Bottas, Guan Yu, Alonso, Norris, Stroll, Hamilton, Albon, Hulkenberg, Ocon in 15th, Magnussen, Sargent, Ricardo, Tsunoda, and then us down one spot. So let's advance through back to the main menu and see how this affects our rating. I'm guessing it's not going to be good. So Ocon beats us in 4 of the 6 areas. I'm not sure where it is or what those are, but he beats us out there. Experience goes up, racecraft actually goes up, awareness goes up, pace goes up, focus goes down. Not as much as I would have expected though. Up to a 72 here. Let's take a look. No DNF helps our experience. Overtakes helps with the racecraft, as well as only losing 1 position. We got penalties, so that hurt us a little bit in terms of awareness. And we also had the 1 objective that we completed that helped, as well as no DNFs help. 4 warnings received. Yeah, we're going to have to start avoiding those for awareness. Pace is fine, and then our finishing position versus what was expected hurts us a little bit. In terms of the focus, that was kind of expected. In terms of recognition, no change there. Let's advance here. We complete the specialist goal there, and let's keep advancing back to the main menu, where we are heading to next. We should be heading to Jeddah. There we are. Can't do anything in terms of the R&D, but let's see here. Do we have anything coming in here soon?
Here you're going to be able to see a list of upgrades that are currently in progress. This is now split between upgrades that you started and those that your teammates started, so I know exactly who's getting the brownie points after a good weekend. You can toggle which list you want to see right here.
Alrighty, so Ocon's got a couple parts in there, both with the chassis and with the durability. We've got an arrow in there, and
progress of all of the teams.
Alrighty, we don't need
our progress.
Yes, we already know that. So we'll see that expected March 18th. So it's going to come in after Jeddah. But that's going to wrap things up for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Kind of a crazy episode there. Let's take a look. We've got a couple specialists that are available. We'll take care of those next time. Currently on pace for meeting that gold target, but we'll have to see how that shakes out. Besides that, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're new and you enjoyed, give it a like, subscribe for more of this content. I'm going to be doing a lot of it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.